Welcome back, everybody, to the Boxscore Sports Podcast. I am your host. My name is Ryan, and on today's episode, we are going to talk about the NBA. Here are the topics we're going to discuss, and obviously, any other topics that anybody listening would like to contribute to the chat, we will switch conversations, but this is what we're going to focus on. The big trade between the Raptors and the Knicks, the Thunder, how they're surging and they're looking really good right now, the Pistons breaking their losing streak, although they lost another game since then, but it's a weekly podcast, so we have to talk about it. All-star starters and top five centers of all time. And to do that with me is my co-host, Isaac. Isaac, how's it going, man?
Feeling a lot better, Ryan, this morning, or this
Good.
afternoon, I should say. We started so late, but had things we had to do out throughout the day. So, but we didn't forget you guys. We didn't forget you guys. We're here. It's good. I feel better. I'm ready to talk about the NBA with you, Ryan. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute talking about the NBA, so we're going to get into the NBA.
Let's go.
And let's start with the first big news. So I did an instant reaction on it, and I was like, afterwards, you're like, I had thoughts on it. So we're going to talk about the big trade between the Raptors and the Knicks that happened. OG Anunoby went to the Knicks. RJ Barrett and quickly went to the Raptors. So let me get your thoughts on that trade. Is there a winner? How do you feel about it?
Well, when the news broke out, I wasn't at home, and I saw it pop up on my phone, and I was like, whoa. Like this is like the very first big trade in the NBA this year. This is a big, huge trade. And I was watching your quick reaction to it, Ryan, and I kind of agreed with what you were saying. You felt as though nobody kind of won this. It was more of a fair trade for both teams, and I agree with that. I don't think anybody won. Now, if the Knicks didn't have to give up quickly, I felt like the Knicks would have won this trade.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Quickly was a very good, another six man of the year candidate this year. He did great for them last year. I felt like Quickly is a big loss for the Knicks, but OG fills that gap. But if they would have kept Quickly, I felt like the Knicks would have won this trade by a landslide. So it's just fair trade, like you said. I don't think either team won. I think it was a fair trade for both.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, and I think if I had to grade it, I would be like they both get like a B, B minus. It's like
Yeah,
with the Knicks, getting OG, a defender, somebody who can shoot the ball, that's awesome. And I wonder if they can there's this part of OG that like a lot of people are intrigued by. They think he could, hold more responsibility, that he could handle the ball more, or whatever. The thing I'm wondering is he's going to be with Brunson and Randall. Is that any different than being with Siakam and Barnes, where he's probably not going to get the ball as much as we kind of hope to unleash him? So I'm curious how the Knicks do that. But it doesn't make the Knicks as good as like the Bucks or the
right.
Sixers or the Celtics, right?
Correct.
So there's still a move that they need to make
Absolutely.
if they want to be in that level, on that level.
Right. And I felt like maybe the Knicks would try and go after Zach LaVine, or
Sure.
get another scorer in there. I felt like maybe an RJ. If they would have got Zach LaVine, I felt like that could have probably helped the Knicks moving forward as far as scoring goes. OG's a good player though. He's a bucket.
Oh, I like him a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah.
I like him a lot. So it's there's really not a lot of availability out there, or a lot of options, for teams to like want to swap, unless you're swapping a star for another star, and that's not going to
Correct.
get you better. So I don't know what the Knicks, what else, who else they could get, or trade for. There's really not, like I said, there's not a lot of options, not a lot of availability out
Yeah.
there. We know the Bulls are trying to blow it up, but if they would have got DeMar DeRozan, would that have gotten them? It would be the same what they just have right now. So it's like
Yeah. Even Zach LaVine, like Zach LaVine is obviously an explosive scorer, but he lacks the defensive
defense,
side of the ball,
exactly.
right?
So
So
it's like
it kind of like
pick your
none of
poison.
no, which I think is a really good point that you just made, is basically any trade that's available right now really wouldn't have got the Knicks over the hump,
No.
right? So,
Right.
so you're absolutely right about that. But I wonder if this is just a move because I know I read something where the Knicks are like, well, this is a move, but we're not done making moves. So what's the next move? Now, I'm not a big fan of pairing him and Brunson and Donovan Mitchell together. So I hope that's not the big move.
Mhm.
Just because they would be way too small
But I
to
think the reason why they want
defend.
to go grab D Mitch is because Donovan Mitchell's from New York and he's a big New Yorker. So I just think like they want to get like a hometown hero uh player to play in New York at the Mecca, So it's all about fan engagement too. It's all about, you know, it's New York buzz, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. If your goal is to steal headlines and like make the game exciting, yeah, Mitchell's your guy and he would
right.
and like they would win a
Sell
lot of regular
tickets.
season games. Right. But if you're trying to win a championship, the history has shown when you have two guards on your team, no matter how good they are, 6'3" and under, it just
Right.
never works out, right?
That's
It's
true.
just too small in today's basketball. So I'm kind of glad they went with the OG route. Now I'm wondering again, I want to see he did play 1 or 2 games since the trade. So I'm wondering how much more they'll use him, but I wonder how much like Randall and Brunson are willing to give up a couple of their possessions for this kid who there might be more to him than him just being a catch and shoot 3-and-D guy,
Hmm.
Kind of like Mikal Bridges, right? When he was a Sun, he wasn't as good as he is now as a net.
Because
He's
he
way
has more
better on the Nets.
responsibility now on the Nets,
Yeah, he was
where
unable to unleash,
right,
like unleash himself, so to speak.
correct,
Like tap into that. It's the same thing with Jeremy Grant when he was with the Nuggets and he went to the Pistons. He was able to expand his game and his role. So
right.
I'm interested to see that. Um, Raptors side of the ball. So or side of the trade, I should say. Even though I think both teams won this trade, I like what the Raptors did because you're not going to keep Anunoby. He was going to be a free agent anyway.
Mhm.
You needed a guard. Quickly's a really solid guard. I wonder if he can have like a trajectory of like a Maxi, right? Because they're kind of similar in the way they play.
Right.
And then to get RJ Barrett again from
From
Canada.
Canada, I was about to say that.
Yeah, 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 from Canada,
Canada
and
boys
he's
back
a three
home.
and yeah, and he's a 3-and-D guy. Like he
Right.
kind of fills that Anunoby role just fine, and now you add quickly. So I actually really like it for the Raptors as well. So this is why it's a win-win or nobody won type trade.
Right. And I just feel like what you said, um, like as far as you were saying about who'd you just say that just unleashed? You were talking about
OG,
no, you were talking about another player.
Mikal
Mikal
Bridges,
Bridges, right.
yeah.
I feel like this is like a similar situation, like in the Mikal Bridges situation, where I feel like R.J. Barrett, yes, he was a top 3 NBA draft pick, but there's a lot of pressure playing in New York. There's a lot of
Hmm.
pressure that comes with that. I feel like now R.J. can just go play basketball.
Yeah, sure.
Toronto's not, he's back home. He's in his hometown now, and I feel like RJ could probably expand his game now, but at a higher level, and even quickly now, he could probably have a higher role, a better role. He could be a starter now. So I
Yeah,
feel like
I'm
it's
really
both for them as individual players. They could they could
yeah.
they could really hit the ceiling high. So, um, I'm interested to seeing how they do in Toronto now.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm more interested in quickly because the reason why with RJ, I think there is, like you said, there could be more to his game. Maybe he'll be less, there'll be less pressure, but
Right.
he plays the same position as OG Anunoby,
Hmm.
right? So like if OG was struggling to get the ball and expand his game, then it probably will be a struggle for RJ Barrett as well because he's playing the same position. Whereas quickly, he's going to be playing that guard position that they don't really have right now.
Right.
Um, and he's young. I think he could be, he's not going to be maxi, I don't think, but could he be 70% maxi? He's quick enough,
He's
and
good.
stuff like
He's
that. So yeah,
nice.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and like I said, not playing in New York with all that pressure, you know, you get to go play, you get to go hoop, bro. And that's all I feel like these players just want to just relax and just play ball, because Toronto isn't competing for a championship anytime soon.
Right.
So, playing with Siakam and playing under a new head coach, and the Raptors are rebuilding, so I feel like these guys can just go and just play and just have fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And they'll be able to go out there and make mistakes,
Exactly, and
like
learn
that's
from
the
them.
other thing.
Yep,
Where, it was interesting. I did you get a chance to listen to the PG
I did.
Gordon Hayward? Yeah, and how they talked about in their second year when they played for their teams, whether it was the Pacers or the Utah Jazz, they were just allowed to go out there and make mistakes, and it helped them grow. It helped
Well,
them
yeah,
grow as players.
like what Gordon Hayward said. He said if you're not playing or you
Yeah,
don't have a higher role or whatever, you're not going to learn.
right.
You're not getting experience. But the thing with
Correct.
R.J. Barrett was he did have a starter role from the jump. He was going to be the New York Knicks face. That's why they
Hmm.
drafted him and stuff. Everybody thought R.J. Barrett, but that's a lot of pressure for a young kid, especially in that media standpoint as far as New York City. And the New York fans, and it's tough. Like you can't be a scrub. You can't New York Knicks fans, Boston fans, all those East Coast fans, Philly, they'll let you hear it, man, if you're not playing good. So, I felt like RJ Barrett had a rough year last year as far as criticism, and and,
Yeah,
and, and, and and I feel like him and Julius Randle don't know how to handle criticism very well. So I just don't think RJ Barrett was ready for that environment.
yeah. Can I ask you, and wouldn't you think too, the fact like New York really wanted Zion in that draft,
Oh,
right? That was the same
absolutely.
draft. So there,
Absolutely.
there was that kind of thing too, where, New York thought they were getting Zion and they ended up with Barrett.
Correct.
And the other thing is once they got Randall and Brunson, it would be harder for Barrett to expand his game because the team would lean on those two over RJ anyway, right?
Hmm.
Um, Players progress at
Yeah,
different
Brunson took
rates.
over that team
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So
And Brunson was a great signing, by the way. Like that
he
was
was.
I I took the L on that one. I was like, I didn't understand why they paid him that money and
Well,
whatever.
Stephen
I
A.
took the
Smith
L on
said the
that one.
same thing. He's a diehard New York Knicks fan. I remember when
Yeah.
when everybody was talking about, oh, the Knicks are going to get Brunson. He was like, I don't want Brunson.
Right,
Brunson's not,
right.
you know, Brunson's nice, but I do agree with Stephen A. to an extent because Stephen A. Smith was like, we need more, and they do. The Knicks
Oh,
need
well,
more. They
true.
to compete for a title.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you put, but like, let's just say, for instance, if they traded for like a Kevin Durant, Durant,
Right.
Brunson, and OG would
That's where
be a really
KD should have went. He
great.
shouldn't have went to Brooklyn. KD should have went to the
Yeah.
Knicks. The Knicks would have been
Well,
nice.
yeah. No, it's true.
What's up,
Uh,
Tyler? How's your
hey, Tyler.
afternoon? How's your day going? It's Tyler Darling in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Tyler? Okay. Um. So yeah. So anyway. So I'm interested to see how this trade expands. Okay. Obviously the Knicks will probably make another trade, and the other name to look out for with the Raptors is Siakam because he's a free agent as well. So
Sure.
we'll see what happens with Siakam this season and the free agency. But I imagine they'll end up trading Siakam to somebody else too.
Possibility.
Yeah. Okay. You want to move on to our next topic?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. The Surging Thunder, man, the Thunder, man. This was the year, and it was interesting when we were doing our preview podcast. Luke kind of talked about when the Thunder traded for all these picks, they got all these players, blah blah blah. We have to start seeing them do something with all that talent, all this stuff. Otherwise, it's just like a hypothetical. It's a mystery. They're not actually being accountable to start winning. Well, guess what? Luke said that they must have heard Luke, and now now the Thunder are surging this year. They are playing excellent basketball. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They've won 5 straight. And they are 23-9. So let me ask you this, Isaac. How much faith do you have that this Thunder team could actually compete in the playoffs for an NBA finals run, or even just a Western Conference finals run?
That's a slam dunk.
Slam dunk. Okay.
It's a slam dunk. I mean,
Yeah.
I was watching them against the Celtics. They were SGA was balling, bro. He
Oh,
was
he's so
balling.
good.
It didn't seem like the Celtics had an answer for him. They
Hmm.
couldn't stop him. He had
Yep.
30, 34 or no, 36 points, 3 for 5 from the 3, 14 for 22 from the field in general. He almost had a triple double, 6 boards, 7 assists. Guy's insane. And it doesn't look like Josh Giddey's slowing down anytime soon. He's not letting those child predator comments affect his game. That boy is
Yep.
playing, he's balling, and I feel like Josh Giddey might be safe, Ryan. He might be safe from all those allegations because some of the stuff that came out, more updates, is that he didn't know that she was under the age of 18. So I feel like now Josh Giddey can just ball out. He doesn't have to feel like all the pressure's on him. Because if you notice, when those allegations first came out, Josh Giddey wasn't really doing that well.
Right. Which you could understand, right?
Right. I
Because
mean,
like
that's all
he's
that
probably stressed up about it, and
absolutely. And your teammates are
yeah.
probably looking at you like, bro, we got a child predator on our team. Like,
Right.
so I'm glad. I hope it's the truth. I hope he was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I didn't know that this is what she was. Whatever. He can go ball because I've always liked Josh Giddey. I think he's got a good
Me too.
game. They're young.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren, this is his first year. He's playing outstanding as well.
Yeah.
And they got a good team, bro. They got a good team. The Thunder definitely are a team to be reckoned with in come playoff time for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that actually. I think they're long, they're athletic, they
Yep.
have energy,
Yep.
their shooting is good. What I would also say with Holmgren is to me right now, I'd have to go a little deeper in their stats, but I think he needs to be considered because of the way the NBA does it, obviously, um, for Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to
He
because he
could.
has the potential. What's that?
He said he could. The only thing I hate
Yeah,
about that is he really technically was a rookie last year.
I know. I know. I'm with you.
I
I'm with you.
hate that because then that takes away from the rookies that entered this year. That's not fair to them,
Correct.
But I would still go Wemby just because he's the number one pick and he's different even though he's on a terrible Spurs team. But you could be right. I mean, he does have the potential to win Rookie of the Year as well. I hate that aspect, you
Oh, I'm
know,
with you.
But SGA 31.4 points per game.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah,
Chet
he's a
Holmgren
beast.
is the leading rebounder with 7.5 rebounds, but SGA is also leading the team in steals and assists. 2.6 steals.
Who's doing that, did you say?
SGA.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. He's so good. Like, I don't know how I would, um, he's got to be in consideration for MVP,
MVP.
right? Like
That's what
top
Luke was
five.
talking about
Yeah.
last night.
Okay, so I just want to read these numbers to you. For Chet versus Wimby, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about that a
Well,
little
hold
bit.
on. Avery just said
Go ahead.
Chet deserves it by a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So here's, and I think this is what Avery's looking at, and you're probably right, Avery. But this is what I would say. First of all, it's all about like contributing and winning. But so Chet has 17 points per game. He is shooting 54% from the field, 40% from three, 7 rebounds, almost 3 assists, almost 3 blocks, and a steal. So that's where Chet is. Okay.
Okay.
Here's Wemby. Wemby average is about 2 points more at 19. He's shooting 44%. So that means he's shooting 10 less percent than Chet. He's shooting 10% less at the 3-point line than Chet, he's shooting 29%. He's averaging about another rebound or two and same amount of assist and he has maybe zero point 0.4 more blocks. So he's sitting at 3 blocks a game and 1 steal. So he's just right now. Chet has
So the only
better
thing,
numbers.
well,
Yeah, go ahead.
you said Wemby has more points.
Just by like 1 point a game. It's 1.3 points a game. He averages more.
He has more rebounds than him.
Uh, about 2 more rebounds a game.
Okay. How many assists?
They both have about almost three. They both almost have 3 assists.
Okay, so that evens out. So really, Chet is going to win Rookie of the Year based on his field goal percentage.
Well, yeah, his production is better. Just like he's more efficient. So they're basically the same player statistically, right? But one is more efficient. Now, the one thing I would give Wimby a pass on is that
Is he averaging
Chet
more
has,
blocks,
yeah, only by point 0.4 though. Yeah.
more steals?
By
Wemby's
by
averaging over a
point,
he's averaging a steal a game, like 1.2 steals,
yeah,
3.1 blocks.
so Chet's almost to one steal a game. So he only averages what 0.5 more steals a game. But the where I'd give Wimby sort of some what's it called a pass is that Chet gets to play with SGA and he gets to play with Giddey and Williams. You
He's
know,
on a
he
better
and Do
team.
yeah, that's where I'd give like Wimby sort of a pass where the Spurs team is not really great. So
Well,
if
well,
it,
I don't think Chet deserves it then by a lot then. I don't agree with that. So they're pretty much at the same pace. And Wemby's averaging more points, more rebounds, more blocks. I don't
mm,
know. I could just say Chet's more efficient, and that can be like what pretty much why Luke's saying Derek White doesn't deserve to be an all-star is because he plays with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in the Celtics.
Chet's I gotta tell you this, Chet's last ten
Tyler,
games,
Tyler said it's neck and neck because they're
neck
both
and
tall.
neck. Yeah, good one, Tyler. That's
It's
awesome.
stupid, bro.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Uh, the field. Okay, last 10 for Chet though. He's shooting almost 60% from the field and 40, almost 47% from three in his last 10 and averaging almost 20 points a game. And almost, oh, he's close to 4.4 blocks a game in his last 10. He is killing it right now.
I mean, we'll see how it ends by the end of this year,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
But
Wimby's shooting
3.1
better from
blocks,
three. Yeah.
yeah, and he's shooting better from the three ball, yeah. So and like you
From
said,
now, I mean, like than he was before. Like he's last 10 for Wimby, he's almost to 40% now. So like I think right now though, I'm with Avery in the sense if I had to vote now, I'd give it to Chet because but I get the argument if you want to make because here's why. Here's why. Cade did not get rookie of the year. Scotty Barnes did. But Scotty Barnes did only because he helped contribute to winning more. Cade had the better like numbers.
right?
And so if you're gonna make that set that as the marker, then Chet would have to win it over Wemby in this case, if
That's
that makes sense.
bro. That's gonna you think that's gonna be a huge hit on Wemby's career, not winning Rookie of the Year?
LeBron, right? He didn't win Rookie of the Year, did
Yeah,
he?
he did.
Oh, I thought Melo did. Why did I think Melo won it?
Oh, rookie LeBron didn't win Rookie of the Year?
I might be wrong. Maybe I was thinking like Melo should have won it and LeBron did.
I
I don't
thought LeBron
remember.
won Rookie of the Year.
He might have. I could be wrong though. Um, but I think like either way, I don't like Rookie of the Year is kind of I don't know. It's not that big
Big
of
of a
a
deal.
reward. Yeah. Kobe didn't win Rookie of the Year. Like, look at how
Right,
his career turned out. So,
right.
I don't know.
Wins
Like,
aren't a stat to consider, but doesn't it always look better? Yeah, LeBron
yeah.
won Rookie of the Year. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm just saying I just hate this because Chet was drafted a year before Wemby. It's just
Uh, mm-hmm.
that's the only thing why I hate this. I hate
No,
this
I agree
topic.
with you.
Like you're like I get you didn't play all last year, but you got hurt, bro. When did he
Yeah.
get hurt? He got hurt in the summer league, or he got hurt in
Yeah.
the
He hurt
preseason.
his, yeah, I think it was Summer League.
I don't know.
Either way, he didn't play a game last season, in the regular season.
I
So,
get it, but bro,
no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't like it either. I wish it was
sucks.
like
It
maybe
sucks.
a different reward for it, but it can't be comeback player of the year either because he never really set up anything to come back from you know what I'm saying? He never come back to. So
Yeah.
I don't know what if you get injured, I guess you should kind of just miss out, but I don't know. Whatever.
Avery said his advanced stats are 12% better in field goal percentage. It's more
Hmm.
amazing he is getting 17.6 points per game when he is sharing the court with SGA.
Yeah, but the I get where Avery's coming from, but the only thing my only rebuttal is SGA takes pressure off the rest of the players on the, like
Right.
everybody's focus on Wembanyama. So when Wembanyama's on the court, everybody's on him. Where when the Thunder take the court, everybody's worried about SGA. So SGA gets people the ball or makes life easier for all his teammates, where Wemby doesn't have that on his team. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Okay.
said, "Why?" Avery said, "Why is it such an argument? He didn't play last year. He got zero experience last year on the court."
But it's the
The principle.
yeah, it's like you can't do it in football, right? Like if a rookie gets injured in football and comes
Yeah,
to
he
next
blew
year, they're
his.
not
Yeah, he blew his
you're
rookie
no
year.
longer a rookie. Yeah, you're no
Correct.
longer a rookie technically, because even though you didn't play a game, you have the experience of being a NBA player because you still like go and travel with the team. You're sitting on the
Right. You're
practices and all
still
that stuff.
exactly. So
Right.
you're
Right.
still involved. You're just not playing. But
Right.
Wemby, this is his first year all around,
Yeah. It's like giving it to the
traveling and
first person.
everything. Yeah, he got
Yeah.
experience and life lessons.
That's it.
Tyler.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly. You're traveling,
Right.
you're getting to see how the NBA is run. You're traveling, you're, you know, seeing how the NBA is. You're getting front row seats.
That's right. That's right. It's like putting pressure, like it's an added pressure when you have to play games and you're learning
Watching
how
film,
to.
he's learning film too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just a different thing. It's not like I don't like it, but I don't like. I'm not gonna knock the NBA for it, but I would rather it go to somebody who
It's
it's his
technically a
first year.
rookie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, technically a rookie, but
Right.
anyway.
So there's also 256 plus rookies every year in the NFL, not the 30 that may make a roster in the NBA. So he's saying
Yeah,
that there's
so
more
he's
roster spots in the NFL than there is in the NBA,
true.
obviously.
Right. So what he's saying, there's more rookies in the NFL to acknowledge than there would be in the NBA. That's what I think he's saying, right?
Right.
So yeah,
But
I
still,
get your point, Avery. But I'm just more about like let's reward the people that come in the league for the first
exactly.
year.
Because then that's not fair to them because then next year they can't be like, "Oh, because they actually played." Because who knows if Chet played if Chet would have played his rookie year, what if he didn't play good his very first year?
Right, like
And
because
then
he had to deal with.
now he's playing
Mhm.
good this year. Like, you know what I mean? It's
No,
like that's
yeah.
not fair to the incoming rookies that are coming in now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. So see, I agree with you on that. I agree with Avery that I think Chet should be rookie of the year up to this point. That's and part of it is because they set the standard with to me, Cade versus Scotty Barnes. It's like if you're gonna give Scotty Barnes the rookie of the year because he had good stats and his team won, then that's the way you got to do it for every rookie. Otherwise,
Right. It's
you're
gonna be
changing the bar.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be consistent. So yeah, they probably
Correct.
will give it to Chet because it's happened in the past where
Hmm.
a rookie that got hurt and then played good, ended up giving it to him. So
Right.
I get
I
it.
think Blake Griffin. Didn't that happen for
Yep,
Blake
it
Griffin?
did. It did happen to
Yep.
Blake, and that's
Yeah.
just
That's the way it
garbage.
is.
It's
That's the way it
garbage.
is. So prediction, how far do you think this Thunder team can get?
Oh, they can go to the Western Conference Finals. No doubt about it. They keep playing
Okay.
like this. No, God forbid, no injuries. They stay healthy. They have a good enough amount of shot than anybody in the Western Conference. The Western Conference doesn't seem that scary to me, honestly. Like it has been in the past. Like the Warriors are kind of
Sure.
mediocre unless they make a big trade. The Warriors aren't a threat. The Lakers really aren't a threat. The Clippers are now coming into their own now, but um, you know, do we really have a lot of trust in the Clippers?
I think the West is wide open right
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
It's so
Yeah, that's
crazy. No, I 100% agree with you. Yeah.
right. So the
Um,
the Grizzlies, sorry Avery, but they're starting from they're in a tough position right now. So the
right.
Grizzlies aren't really a threat. Um,
Right. Well, they can
The
be a threat, but they
Suns are
got such a
mediocre.
mountain to climb,
The
right? They got
Suns
a
are
mountain to climb.
mediocre.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
KD's not, the Suns are got big question marks. The only teams that are really standing out to me in the West is the Thunder, the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets. The Nuggets are going to be there. You
Don't
know,
sleep on the Clippers, dude.
but
They're
but I'm just saying, like, as far as like, are they like a threat to to be like, oh my goodness, yeah, they're going to be in the finals this year? No, there's still, I feel
mm,
like the Thunder have just a good amount of chance as anybody. That's
no.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
I agree with
know,
that point. Right. But I think the Clippers do too. Like the last 20 games they've played, they're like offensively all the advanced stats and defensively they're like in the top 5 of a lot of categories right now.
yeah.
So,
I'm
I
just reading these comments.
go ahead.
Avery, they're going crazy in the comments. Avery
Keep it
says
up, guys.
it's a good problem to have for sure. I think he's talking about the Chet Holmgren
Mm,
rookie thing. First, Avery said that they're going to be a first round knockout. Nobody on that team
okay.
got that dog in them.
Okay.
Um, Tyler said OKC will make a run like the Kings did last year, a young team that will make a mini playoff run. And then
Okay.
Erickson here,
What's up,
shout out to
Eric?
Eric. He said give them another year. I think they will be a contender.
Okay.
And then Tyler just said, but at lose to experience, but to lose to experience. That's what he said. The Thunder will
Oh,
lose to
sure,
the more
sure.
experienced
Yeah.
Western opponent. I don't know. I like SGA is a dog, so I don't agree with Avery on that, saying they got no dog in them. SGA is a dog, man. He's a dog. He's a killer.
What? Yeah, I wonder what you mean by that, Avery. I'd like to a little bit more. What do you mean by
I
like
mean, you could
if
say like there's no experience. They don't got
that's
experience
fair.
deep,
Yeah.
in the West in the playoffs. That you could say that, but to say that none of them got dog and Chet Holmgren is a he got a little spice
Well,
to him.
I was talking to Luke about this. Like the one reason why I could see the Clippers, like the Clippers, this is the type of team that the Clippers could struggle with, or they could have because Chet's so thin.
Right,
They have like Plumlee, Zoo, and Tice are going to be able to push Chet all over the court. So there is that part of it to see how Chet's going to do when he plays bigger guys in more important games. I kind of I like Tyler's point about the Kings about like maybe having a Kings type run and just losing because of lack of experience. Not that they won't drive a team to 7 games like the Kings did last year,
hmm
but like if they go up against like the Nuggets in the first round
right,
and they just play them really tough and they go 6, 7 games, but they just lose because they just never been there before. Because a lot of NBA players will tell you that the experience matters.
right.
So
No,
so so I think
that's
that's
absolutely
a
the
good point.
truth. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's absolutely the truth.
Yeah.
Tyler said SGA is a killer, but Avery said when SGA doesn't get his normal free throws in the playoffs, who is scoring? And then
Yeah. How
Tyler
much does
said
he
Chet
add?
is a greyhound.
Okay.
But no, I agree with you, Ryan, on that point. That's if they were to play the. Now, I don't see the Thunder or the Timberwolves playing the Nuggets in the first round, though. That's what I'm saying. If they keep playing like this, they're gonna have a high seed when it's all said and done. And I see the Thunder getting to the second round or potentially to the Western Conference Finals. I'm not saying they're gonna win it all, but I could see
So
them.
right.
They have a good enough opportunity than anybody right now. It's wide
So
open.
so all things considered, if the playoffs started today and everything was, by the way, the Lakers would be out of the playoffs. Interesting. But
Mhm.
if not out, they'd be in the play-in. But if you just take the top 8, they would have to play the Dallas Mavericks with
Mm,
Luca in the way Luca's been playing.
mm, mm,
That might be interesting.
mm.
See, that's what I mean. It could be just the wrong matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like they might just end up the
That's if
West is
Kyrie's
so.
healthy though too.
Right, right. And we gotta wait and see how that works. But yeah, yeah. Let's see. I gotta see how many free throws because there is some truth to the free throw shooting. Like like it's just like with any player though. Like free throw shootings will go down the playoffs. How many free throws he relies on in a game? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Um, let's see. He attempts about 8 a game.
Mm.
So to like
Avery said he and Luca are tied for third in
for
most
free
free throw per game, 8.4 free throws per game.
Yeah,
Tyler said, good point. I think the Thunder hosting a game 7 to an experienced team would be a close game. LOL, the
could be.
Lakers.
Yeah, yeah, it could be for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I like the different viewpoints though. Like Luca, because here's the thing, Avery, you're right about Luca and SGA, but Luca still performs in the playoffs. Like
Mm.
he's still really good in the playoffs. So it's not like SGA couldn't do the same thing. It's just he's never been in that position. So there might be a year where they have to learn the difference between regular season basketball and playoff basketball,
And the only way you
because
do it is get to the playoffs
that's right.
to go
Experience,
find out and
baby.
see it. So I'm not
You
worried.
like,
I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I'm not saying they're gonna be out the West. Like they're
right.
gonna take the Western Conference and they're gonna go to the finals. I'm not saying that. If
No.
they do that, then that's just great. But
Yeah, I
they could go to the Western Conference Finals for sure.
well,
I wouldn't be
and the
shocked.
thing, yeah, the thing with with Avery, like I would say, like with Avery's Grizzlies, let's say, like I know we're not talking about them today, but first of all, real quick before I forget, did you see him? Avery sent us the clip. He got Wimby on a poster.
I did see that.
Yeah, that was amazing. I called it though. I asked Avery. I said, Avery. He asked and he said, Does Ja get Wimby on a poster?" I said, "Well, is he sick?" And Avery basically said no. And I said, "Then yes." So he said, and he did. So awesome. Um, but even like if the Memphis Grizzlies can sneak into the playoffs with Jaw and they're healthy, eh, like the West is so open, I could see them making a mini run. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's so fun about the Western Conference this year. I just could see a number of teams winning it. And I wouldn't be really surprised as long as it's not the Lakers. That's all.
That's true.
Yeah,
You don't want the Lakers.
that's right. That's right. You ready to move on to our next topic? Any
Yeah.
other comments regarding that?
He said Ja Morant is the GOAT. And then Avery said, my point exactly, Ryan. Playoff basketball is a different game.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how the SGA and them adjust to that. Uh Ja Morant is your GOAT, man. And that's fine, but Jordan is the GOAT. I'm sorry, I can't agree with that, but you know that, Avery. You know that, Avery. Okay, let's go to our next topic. The last time we did a podcast, the Pistons did not win a game yet. And as you can see, did you see the picture I picked for this? The Pistons won a basketball game and they're
Let's
going
hang
to
a
hang a
banner.
banner.
Let's do
That's
it.
right. Let's go. They beat the Toronto Raptors after the Raptors traded Anunoby and they were shorthanded a little bit. Cade had a really good game. He's been playing awesome in the last like 10 games. His stats are kind of really good.
Yeah, he has been.
Um, he's been doing better. He had a rough last game, but like there's a lot of pressure on him. But anyway, I'm just I'll be honest with you, totally conflicted of this because I wanted them to lose until they fired Monty Williams. But I figured we'd just bring it up one last time, and then we're probably not going to have to talk about the Pistons until we get closer to the draft.
I think that's a
Any
smart
thoughts?
idea. It's a smart
Yeah,
idea, Ryan.
that's great.
No, I'm happy for Cade. I'm glad they won a game. And it was against the Raptors, like you said, shorthanded. They didn't have OG. They were doing the trade and stuff like that. So, just glad it wasn't against the Celtics because that was a very very close game. So oh man, bro, if the Celtics would have lost that game, I would have been embarrassed. I would have been embarrassed. I probably wouldn't have watched the rest of the NBA season. I wouldn't have cared how well the Celtics did after that. I wouldn't have watched the regular season after that if they would have lost that game. I would have just been like, yeah, I'm ready for the playoffs, and that's it. And that would have been the end of that. So I'm glad
Yeah,
the Celtics didn't blow that because that would have been terrible.
yeah, that was.
The Pistons played the Celtics like it was the finals.
I know, I know.
Like
Well,
they were like
yeah,
they were up like 21 and a half, bro. I was like,
desperate
what?
times, baby, desperate
I was like,
times.
Ryan, are you seeing this? And I forgot you were at the meeting, so I was like, oh man. I'm
Yeah,
like Ryan, why aren't you texting me back?
yeah, jerk. What did I say? What did I say? No, yeah, I was at the meeting, but it was a crazy game because even them going, I think they went to overtime, right? And And then Jaden Ivey followed out when it seemed like he was getting things together or whatever.
Right.
So that was a little, oh man, like type thing. But at the same time, I didn't mind the Celtics won because I'm like, they just got to keep losing until they fire Monty Williams. But now they won. So it's like, now what? I'm wondering if we'll go on another losing streak, though. We'll have to wait and see. Could happen.
Possibility. Maybe they could pass the 28. Maybe they could go 30 in a row.
Yeah, that's our new goal, Piston fans. Let's do it. We can do this. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Anything else on this topic?
Stop talking about the Pistons now.
Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
yeah. I don't think. Yeah, he'll be done. Any comments on the Pistons?
No, nobody. The only thing is, Tyler said, "Put up the banner."
Yeah, put up the banner.
The Pistons.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not surprised, but we didn't talk about it since they won, so no more Piston talk. Okay, let's go on to our next topic. We're going to talk about All-Star prediction starters to this point. So, All-Star game, believe it or not, is only like a month away, a month and a half away. So, this is going to be sort of our early predictions for All-Star starters. I thought we could do it the West and the East. And pick just the starters. We don't have to get into all the backups yet. Maybe we'll do that on a different podcast. So let's do that, man. Do you want to start with the East or the West?
Good question. I'll probably go East.
Okay, let's do East.
I think
okay.
I think the East. Yeah, I'll go East. My All-Star predictions.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Obviously, I got JT.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Probably Jaylen Brown. JT and JB are gonna start.
Oh, you're putting both of them as
Putting
starters.
Them both in. Yep.
Okay.
Putting both in. I think. It's just so tough between Trae Young and Dame.
Oh, interesting. I don't have either one of them in there.
In the starting? Like point guard?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I'd probably go Trae. I think he's doing good. I'll do Trae, JB, JT. I got now. This is just me voting. I got Porzingis.
Oh, come on. Oh. Everybody listening to the podcast turned it off. Everybody's like, what? Guys, he's a Celtics fan. He probably has Derek White in there as center at this point.
No. I got Halliburton over Trae. You guys are right. I got Halliburton. I love Halliburton.
That's who I had, yeah. Halliburton over.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Trae or Dame though. Either. But
I think there'll be reserves. Yeah.
I was just gonna put in Al Horford. Yep, you're right.
Yep, no, that's next.
No, it'll be
Garnett.
No,
Garnett.
It'll be Embiid.
He'll throw Garnett. No, Garnett.
Embiid,
McHale.
Porzingis, Jaylen Brown,
Bill Russell.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Halliburton.
You got Sam Hauser as a reserve.
Yep.
You bet. That's
no,
great.
I got Derek White.
Yeah.
Got Derek White in there too.
We'll talk about that. I think after we go over our starters and talk about whether he should be in the All-Star or not.
You want me to go West now?
Well, I'm going to give you my East, and then we'll both talk
about
West. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So I got Halliburton,
yep.
Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, and Maxey. I have Maxey as my other guard.
Nice.
So instead of, I think, Jaylen Brown. So that's my 5 starters right now.
You got Jaylen Brown too?
No.
Oh, I was like.
Instead of Brown, I got Maxey and Halliburton as my guards. So.
Yep.
Okay. West? Or any you want to give me your West?
Yeah. So I got Jokic at the 4 or at the 5. I got Anthony Davis at the 4, LeBron. Well, it's hard because Durant, Durant could be at the 4, But I don't know. I know LeBron's gonna be in it, so LeBron's obviously gonna be the starter. Um,
Hmm.
so because I was telling about Luca with that, but I got SGA and I got Luca at the two.
Yeah,
So
me and you have the
SGA,
same.
SGA, Luca, LeBron. I guess KD could be at the four, and then Jokic at the five. But
Yeah,
AD's been playing pretty good this year too.
yeah, he'll probably be a reserve though.
Yeah.
That's my five too. The same exact one.
Okay.
Jokic, Durant, James, Doncic, and SGA. So the only difference we have in our starting five then of either side is Brown over Maxey,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Avery said Morant, Curry, Luca, LeBron, Jokic.
Curry
Curry's not
hasn't
going to
been,
start though.
yeah. And
But Curry will be
as
in the
much as,
Curry will be in the All Star game. I mean, that'll be blasphemous if he's not.
yeah, his numbers this season and he hasn't been playing as good as someone like SGA or Luca. So it's hard for me to
Right.
put him ahead of them too as
De'Aaron
well.
Fox has been playing good too.
Yeah, yeah, I think both. I think Fox and Curry will be reserves, in my opinion. Like if it started today,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Ja Avery, unfortunately, the NBA kind of screwed him over a little bit, so I don't think he'll be in a starting. He could potentially. We'll have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Make a reserve, but that's highly doubtful. It's just hard when you miss the first 25 games.
Hey, but the Celtics are gonna have like it's gonna be the whole East is gonna be the Celtics. You're gonna have Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White. Might even have Drew Holiday in there too.
I don't know if Holiday's been playing good enough offensively for that, but
Right? Because it's not a
like there's
defensive. It's
other
not a defensive game,
right. It's stats. We know this.
and it's
Everybody loves
popularity.
stats.
It's
Yeah,
popularity.
yeah, yeah. So now it would be unfortunate if Morant because Morant's all about like the excitement of dunking and driving and alley
Hmm.
oops because there's no defense.
But
You want
but but
someone
but but
like
would
Morant
Moran
out
even
there.
be? Is he even eligible to be in the All Star game after missing
I
25?
don't I don't know, man. I don't like because I know they put a cap on
Can you vote for
rewards.
him? Can you vote for him still? 'Cause I don't even see
Let me
him. Can you vote for him?
and maybe not. Maybe there is a cap. I know like yeah, I can vote for him right now.
Oh,
Yep.
oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
you know that.
He yeah, I don't know. Like man, I don't know though if they would let you put I think the NBA clearly wanted to send a message and a message they did send and I think it's going to cost him
Oh man.
maybe at least he's not going to I don't think he'll start. Unless if he just goes bonkers, like I don't
Right,
think he'll start. Yeah.
right. He might be like a reserve.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
maybe see that. Like, isn't like the 13th player in each conference is like a fan vote?
I think so. Yeah.
So he could be voted in by the fans.
Tyler said, "Can't wait to see Luke Cornett get some play time as an All Star." Man, that whole Celtics team is just All Stars, man.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Cornette.
Oh yeah, that's my guy, man.
Taco Falls. We'll get Taco Falls coming
I
back.
thought Taco Fall was going to be a baller. He disappointed me.
Well, it's
He's
just
trash.
he's too big and slow. Like he's big and he's slow. He doesn't have the gracefulness like
Wembenyama,
Wembanyama.
I know.
It's just so hard when you're 7'6". He was
That's why Wembenyama deserves Rookie of the Year because we've never seen nothing like this, man. Seven foot
Chet
seven,
is no. Wembanyama's 6'7'4". He's not seven
six
seven.
6'7" 4".
No. He's 7'4".
Oh, I thought he was seven
Yeah.
six.
No, that's Taco Falls was like 7'6".
You sure?
I'm not like 45. Yeah, 7'4" right here. I'm looking at it. And Wimby and Chet is like 7'3" or 7'2". So he's not much. There's not
I
much of
thought
a
he was
height
seven
difference there.
six.
No, he's not that tall. Oh, it says 7'1" for Chet. I thought he was 7'2". They're basically Wembanyama and Chet are almost the same player, but Wembanyama's taller.
7'4"? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking at Wembenyama differently now.
Yeah, you should.
I thought he was 7'6".
He's too short now. He's too short. Get him
What
out of
happened?
the
What
league.
happened to him?
What happened to him? What do you mean?
Like I thought he was 7'6". Did he
He
shrink?
was always 7'4".
No way. I was always
Yeah,
hearing, oh, this
yeah.
7'6", you know, he could hoop. Da, 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 da,
Well,
da.
I don't know who was
That's what
telling
everybody was
you're
putting on the
gullible.
titles.
You're no,
So the
no.
internet lied to me.
Well, see, that's the problem. You
Luke,
can't.
Luke lied to me. Ryan, you guys lied to me,
No, no, no. I've always said he's 7'4" because I did advanced scouting on the dude because he was supposed to be a Detroit Piston. Okay.
bro.
I watched the time on YouTube 20 minutes. There was a 20-minute highlight video of him, and I watched it like 20 times, showing people how awesome this guy, future Piston, was going to be, and he didn't end up a Piston. So,
Bro, my whole
worst day of
life
my
is a
life.
lie now.
Probably.
I've been lied
Are,
to. I've been lied to
are
my whole
you
life.
are you even 6 foot? Like, who knows? Who knows? Okay, anything else on the All-Star
Eric
game you
said
want to talk about?
Eric said he has fallen short of your expectations.
Oh, that's
Oh
great.
man, I don't like Wembanyama now.
Oh.
I was telling everybody, I was telling all my friends, look at the 7'6" guy. Blah, 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 blah. Like I was so
Are you really
excited.
that upset?
Bro, yes.
Well, you got a short fuse.
I'm sour, man.
You are
Like,
sour.
come on, baby. Wembanyama, like I don't even want to talk about him no more now. I'm so disappointed.
You should be. Man, that's rough.
Uh, I'm disgusted.
Maybe we'll talk after. Like maybe you need to just go take a nap. Go take a nap, man.
Yeah.
Anything else on the All-Star game?
I don't even know why we even talk about the All-Star game anymore. That boring game.
I know.
It's like the
It's just
in-season tournament for me at this point.
well, right. But it's not the game. It's just the recognition. That's all. Because like I like like even though we should get rid of the game, I still like voting for All-Stars because it gives you a glimpse of what the league was at that period of time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Eric said he thinks little of him.
it's true, Eric. It's true. And yet he's like a whole foot taller than you. That's great.
Tyler said I just measured my scale fat head in my wall and it measures 7'4". That's too short, bro. That's short. That's short now. I don't.
Okay.
No.
Let's talk about some YouTube comments because we want to make this
Oh, hold
a
on.
habit on our
I'm gonna
show. Okay,
explain
go
why
ahead.
I'm upset. I'm gonna explain why I'm upset, y'all. Because that means we have seen a 7'4", 7'3" that could ball and shoot. Because Porzingis is 7'3" and can
Oh
shoot.
my word. Yeah, he
So
can't.
Wembanyama isn't nothing special because we have seen this. Also,
Wembanyama has a little bit more
frustrated.
tools though than Porzingis did, especially coming into the NBA. So,
I'm sick, bro.
take a Tylenol, you'll feel better.
All right, let's get to these YouTube comments. Where's my Tylenol?
Avery said, if I hear one more thing about Celtics players, I swear. Okay, let's stop talking about Celtics players. I agree, Avery.
We're gonna keep talking about the Celtics.
This is ridiculous.
We win in the championship. Woo!
Oh my word! I'm with you, Avery. If I could mute his mic, I would, but unfortunately, I cannot do that.
Stop hate on the Celtics. We about to win.
It's not,
baby.
hate.
Hate.
Hate. Everybody hates.
Need to give y'all your haterade.
Okay, where am I here? I wanted to talk about some YouTube comments. It's been a little bit, but I really wanted to get to the best starting five build. We had a lot of comments on that, like different people. Let's see. Hard Rock Stadium is going to be all Bills fans Sunday night. This is an NBA podcast, Avery, an NBA podcast. Don't bring your Bills slander here. I know, man. I was gonna maybe we need to talk about doing like a quick 20-minute video, you and I, Avery, about the Bills versus the Dolphins because our team's going up against it. I can't believe they have a chance to win the division right now. So crazy, the Bills. I thought the Dolphins had it, but whatever. Okay. Yes, we should do an instant reaction afterwards, and we'll get maybe Isaac on too, and we could talk about it. Okay, let's talk about some of these YouTube comments. I wanted to do the building best starting five in history. So if you haven't yet seen that video in our YouTube clip, we have a video where me and Isaac goes over who we think is like if we build a team, what's the five players we would use, and how we would build that team. So if you haven't told us yet your starting five, go ahead and put that in the chat. That'd be great. And we will talk about it. But I thought what we could do, Isaac, you're
Mhm.
gonna grade these starting fives of our
Out the comments.
in the comments. So I'm gonna tell you the five, and then I want you to give a grade.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
We could talk about it a little bit, but a grade, okay? So you ready for the first one?
Yep.
Okay. So this is from our friend DJ. He says Dirk, Jokic, KD, LeBron, and MJ.
Say that again.
Dirk, Jokic, KD, LeBron, MJ.
LeBron and MJ. I mean, that's probably a B. I'd give it a B plus.
Hmm. Yeah.
Jokic too. Passing.
Yeah, Jokic and LeBron are your facilitators, but I don't know.
I'd give it a B plus.
Yeah,
It's
B
decent.
plus
It's
is
not
good.
terrible.
No. I don't know why so the weak link on that defensively, can I have five MJs? Yes, you can, Avery. I'll allow it just for you. That's an A plus team right there. Although they might start punching each other, maybe that wouldn't work out so well. The weak link on that team is probably Dirk because he wouldn't be a great defender. Um,
I don't know why
but
the
yeah,
YouTube comments ain't coming on the multi-stream.
the YouTube comment. Oh, yeah, you're not seeing Avery's comments?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm on there then. We'll fix that later. Um, let's see here. Okay, Avery, I got your starting five here since you're in. So he has Jerry West, the logo, MJ, LeBron, Giannis, and Shaq.
Mm.
How you feel about that team?
That's an A.
You like that team? Okay.
Yeah, that's an A.
Can I give my only complaint about that team?
Jerry West.
No. Jerry West is the logo. It's hard to argue that, right? Um, I would say the only complaint is the shooting. West All NBA defensive player, yeah. The shooting between LeBron, Giannis, and Shaq, you're not gonna have a ton of floor spacing. That's all.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
So
what era too?
well, I'm saying like in this era, like, or you could play in any era, sort of. So it would be hard in
I know
in
LeBron and MJ though on the floor, bro. Like it's hard to
Oh no, yeah, any team that
and then
has LeBron
Shaq's
and MJ.
dominating anybody in the paint.
Well, correct, but like when you got Giannis and Shaq and
They can't
LeBron,
shoot.
and none of them are great shooters.
That's
So,
true. Yeah. I don't know. I
but
like it though.
they can create their own shot, Avery, but a lot of their shots are in the paint. So if there's three guys that create their own shot in the
If
paint,
Giannis works on his jump shot, that's a
well,
nasty five.
right, correct. Yeah,
Giannis can hit from time to time, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
What would you give it? What would you give it?
Oh, I give it I'd probably do an B plus A minus. Just the spacing for me is not great.
Okay.
For me. I just Shaq setting LeBron and Giannis pick and rolls. Yeah, you can set the pick and roll, but the problem is like you don't have to really worry about like maybe LeBron hitting a mid range, but like Giannis and and Shaq doing a pick and roll, you just switch it, like, right? Like you just stay in the paint. You don't even have to switch it. You just let them shoot the mid range. I'd give up mid range from Giannis all day. LeBron can kind of hit major range, except he's like 37% career, any 3 feet and out from the basket. We would follow the other team in the second. Oh, we'll follow out the other team. Yeah, probably. or they would just purposely follow Shaquille O'Neal and Giannis the entire time. And LeBron. LeBron's a 73% free throw shooter. It's not like he's a great free throw shooter either. Yeah. Okay, Clint. Clint gave us one. I love it, Avery, though. You're defending your team. I don't blame you for defending your team. Okay, let's give me a grade on this one. MJ, Larry Legend, Shaq, Giannis, and Steph. MJ, Larry Bird, Shaq, Giannis, and Steph. That's Tyler's. Are you seeing that comment there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
So
have it
that's
on my
coming up.
phone.
Oh, perfect. What do you think of that team Tyler just sent in?
It's a lot of shooting. I think that
Yeah.
helps
Yeah, with
for
Larry
what you were
and
saying.
Steph.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
it. That's an A plus.
Hey, relying on Steph to facilitate his sus only complaint. Yeah, but that's the thing is like Steph is not too much of a facilitator. He's so good off the ball and running around off screens and stuff. I sort of agree with Avery, so I'd give it an A minus.
You'd give it an A minus.
Yeah, just like
Steph
Avery's B plus A minus.
Steph facilitating, you wouldn't trust it.
No, he can, but that's not what makes him so great. It's the off-ball screening, the screens and the
Sure.
pop out to the corners and the running
Well, you
around
could have
off
MJ. You
ball.
could have MJ facilitate that.
It's true. You could, but I MJ, yeah, yeah. I would like his team.
MJ was a good facilitator.
Like if you took Tyler's team and just put Jokic instead of Shaq, even though Shaq is obviously dominant, that would be almost a better team to me, just because Jokic could be your facilitator
Sure.
and he can also shoot. So that's a good team.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Let's talk about Clint's starting five that he gave us: Curry, MJ, LeBron, KD, Hakeem. So you're relying on LeBron as the facilitator. You get Curry off ball, KD off ball, MJ off ball, and Hakeem Olajuwon.
It's a good one.
Yeah. What do you give it as a grade?
That's an A.
Yeah. I like it as an A too. I just like the floor spacing on that team.
Yeah.
It's just if you're playing the modern day NBA, you need that. You need floor spacing. Yeah. If somebody else likes it, we got some hearts. Let's go. Give me a heart. I'm gonna send a heart. Okay. Um, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, just give us a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, but give us a like on the video. Helps drive the
Hey,
people to us.
everybody left my Twitch stream to join the YouTube podcast. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, Tyler, I almost had Akeem. He is my bench with Steve Nash. Well, that's a good bench. We
It
could do
is.
a full 12 roster. That would be kind of fun. Maybe one of these days we will. Um, let's see. Eric gave us a Magic, Curry, Larry Bird, MJ, and Akeem.
Mm. Mm.
What do you think of that one? So Magic, Curry, Larry, MJ, Hakeem.
Jake Curry. Jake Curry, Lily. Kevin Durant. You
No,
said
Kevin. Magic,
Curry,
Steph,
Ray,
Larry,
Larry.
MJ,
Oh, MJ.
Hakeem. Yeah.
Larry would be at the four.
Yeah. Yeah. He could play four nowadays.
Okay.
Magic could also play four nowadays.
Right.
you know,
But
six
you'd have
nine or
you'd have
whatever.
Magic as a facilitator, Curry off the catch and shoot,
Yep. Larry,
and then Magic, and
same
then and then
thing.
and then Hakeem at the five.
Hakeem at the five. I like that team.
That's a good team.
Yep. Can't go wrong with any of these teams, really. It's just
No, they're all
they're so
good. They're all
perfect.
great. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all great
I just like
teams.
I like the teams that have like if you're playing, especially in today's rules, you need the floor spacing, so don't clog the lane.
Hmm.
So like Eric's team with Magic, Curry, Larry, MJ, and Akeem, you're really spreading the court, letting Magic work. So I really like that.
Right.
Yeah. I'd give that one an A too. So
It's a good one.
yeah, that is a good one. Uh, Avery says we should all do a top five team NBA draft and then grade those teams. Yeah, so actually, this would be a good idea. We did this on a road trip when we went and watched the Pistons play the Grizzlies, right, Avery? We did something similar to that, and it was actually really fun. So we all like did like a draft. So you can't pick the same players, and if you can get a couple different people on, that would be kind of a fun game to play.
Yeah, that would.
Okay, you ready to move on to our last topic?
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's move on to our last topic. We're going to talk about top five centers of all time. So we're going to pick our top five. And again, if you're listening or any guys listening, watching, give us your top five centers of all time. So you give it to me, Isaac. Who are your top five centers in NBA history?
Oof. This is a tough one. Um, I got Kareem. So many of
Mm-hmm.
them. I got Kareem one.
Yep, me too.
I got Shaq two.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Got Shaq two, man.
Okay. Shaq too. I'm not arguing. There you go.
Hakeem three. Man, it's so hard because I love Bill Russell and Will, but I never seen these players play, so um I got I got Jokic four and
You got
five.
Jokic for
Yeah, I got Jokic four.
already.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He solidified it, man. For me,
Okay, he's
winning a
solidified. Okay,
championship. If he
okay.
didn't win a chip, I wouldn't have him in my top five.
That's fair.
I got him at four,
Okay.
and then five, I'd probably put Wilt. Just because
Okay.
I just haven't seen, I'd have Wilt five over Bill Russell. I mean, Bill Russell got 11 rings, but I don't see Bill Russell dominating in this era or like Jordan's era or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Uh yeah, kind of, but that's the thing is I kind of rate it like how they played against their competition at the time. Partly I do sort of agree with you on that, but I also like I want to give
And
him
I
his
love Bill
respect
Russell.
too.
No, I know. I'm a Celtics fan. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at it. Can you dominate in all the eras? I don't see Bill Russell doing that. Wilt probably could, but then again, I don't know if he would either in this era. You think Wilt would dominate in this era?
Yeah, he's 7'1". He can run up and down the court. I think Russell could too, just in a different way. It would have to be a
They weren't. They weren't. They
um
weren't like shooters though. You know what I mean?
well, right, but you could dominate the post, and like shot blocker. Like think of Bam Adebayo. I mean, he can shoot from the free throw line inconsistently, and sometimes he can hit a three. And then you also have to think, could they develop a jump shot if they knew how important it was? Like these are the most
Sure.
athletic people at their time.
Right.
So could Bill Russell develop some sort of shot? Maybe. I'm not
And,
going to
and
say he
I said the
can't.
seel thing for Shaq too. I think I said that
Yeah.
in a podcast. I said if Shaq
What
had to work on his 3 point shooting or his shooting in general, mid range game or whatever, I feel like Shaq would have been way better than he was too. If he had a jump shot, But I feel like Shaq's way stronger than Bill Russell and like.
That's why I don't think Shaq could have ever got a jump shot is because like his free throws were just not great. Like
But
usually
he
you can
didn't
tell a
take. But
player.
but be honest, he didn't take time to practice that.
Well, no, see, like
I don't think he
I
did. He didn't
thought I heard
care.
it might not
Shaq was
have
like,
been
I'm.
him. Yeah, who knows? But that's the thing though. He's closer to this era, and he didn't ever develop a jump shot. Like these guys nowadays, like back. I mean, back in Bill Russell's days, they just didn't have to because they were, trying to develop a. They were the game was in the post at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so mine is. By the way, you just want to quickly change the background for the
Oh
centers?
yeah, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine. I have Kareem 1, Russell 2, Wilt 3, Shaq 4, and Akeem Olajuwon 5. That's my 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Avery says he has Hakeem, Wilt, Shaq, Russell, and Jokic.
Yeah.
See, I still have Olajuwon ahead of Jokic. The dream. I can't. Got Jokic got to have a little bit more longevity and success for me. For me. So, yeah.
And nobody's playing
Tyler
the game like
said,
Jokic, though. No big has ever played the game like him.
"Oh, yeah, no doubt. No
You
doubt."
know, nobody's passing it like him. Shoot the three ball consistently. So I had Jokic at 4. That him winning those MVPs and then him winning the finals last year was like, yeah, he's top 5 of all time. But yeah,
um
I could maybe it's blasphemous. I don't have Bill Russell in the top 5, but I
Man,
don't know.
Celtics fan too. Wow, that's
I
rough.
know. It's just I'm just being real. I don't know if Bill Russell would dominate in this era.
That's fair. I think he'd be fine, but yeah.
But he wouldn't
Not he
be
definitely he wouldn't dominate.
he wouldn't win 11 rings though.
Oh no, but that's because there was 10 teams back then, like so it was
But that's what
easier
I'm
to do.
saying, right? But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like I don't
Yeah.
see Russell. You know, I feel like Russell's because he's like I said, it's started when the NBA like really kind of came around. You know, he was in that era, like in the beginning of the NBA. So I get you got to give him his respects, but that's the only reason why I feel like people have him in his top 5 conversations. But it's like
Mm.
it's I'm just being real.
No, that's fine. You can
I'm not trying to be biased.
it's our top 5. Yeah, but just don't try so hard to be unbiased that you're not giving your guys the credit they deserve either, right?
I don't know. I'm just being
Who?
real.
Tyler, who's Lou Alcindor? Oh, Lou Alcindor. Isn't that Wilt? Or isn't that Kareem or Wilt? One of them. It's one of those two. I get the two it's yeah, I'm thinking it's Kareem, right? Aren't they the same player? I think he's pulling my leg. Tyler, are you pulling my leg? That's ridiculous. Don't do that. Not on live national YouTube airwaves, okay? Don't do that to me. Some of the other kind.
Tyler said hard to dominate in all eras. I think Jokic would be able to dominate in all eras. If Jokic was in the
Yeah,
50s,
see,
60s, I think
Tyler,
Jokic would have a
you're the
lot of
worst.
rings too. 70s, 80s. I feel like Jokic could play in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, yeah, I know, Tyler, you're joshing me. I like you threw a curveball there. I don't like that. Um, no, I think you're right. There are players that transcends eras, but like the problem is like how would Jokic um play with like because he tries to be healthy now and he's still kind of like not totally in shape. Like he's in shape, but for him, could you imagine if he didn't have the science, the technology, and the nutrition back in the 70s and 80s? Maybe he wouldn't be able to stay in shape. That's why I think it's kind of hard to project. I think there are some people you can, but I'm with you. If this Jokic went into other eras, that would be interesting. Um, they run up and down the court with modern days. Starters were regularly smoking cigarettes. That's what Tyler said. And then they run up and down court nowadays. Yeah. Yeah. But like the Celtics, I mean, not the Celtics, the Lakers, the Showtime Lakers, like they ran up and down the court too, right? And they were still smoking back in that day.
Hmm.
So maybe they had, yeah. Yeah. Avery says, here's one last idea, starting 5 underrated teams of all time. That would be interesting. That would be a good one. Avery mentioned some Jason Williams, Battier, Baylor, Ming, Meow Ming, and Sidney Moncrief. Yeah, that would be a good list to make. Yeah, keep firing ideas. So I did make a list of 5 centers that I've seen, since the 20 like that I've actually witnessed watching.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so again, if this is the first time hearing the podcast, this is from 2000 on basically. Shaq is one. I have Shaq, Jokic, Embiid, Dwight Howard, Ben Wallace as my top 5 that I've seen play.
You hit it on the head, Ryan. Perfect. In order,
Awesome.
you hit it.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. I'm
Pau,
glad
Pau, Pau
you
Gasol was a power forward, right?
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep,
Andrew Bynum was the center on that team. So
yeah. No,
so Shaq,
you hit
Jokic,
it.
Embiid, Dwight, Ben Wallace. Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, man. Anything else?
No, does anybody else have any questions or
Yeah, any
comments?
other topics you want us to talk about NBA related? Not about how the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins this week, Avery. I can't do that. Can't believe it. Okay.
Early
Okay,
NBA
man.
Finals predictions.
Early NBA Finals predictions. I like that idea, especially during the Jordan era. There was very good players, very good teams, and just lost because they weren't playing they lost because they were playing the Bulls. Yeah, you're right, Tyler. Someone I think of is Penny Hardaway. That guy was good. Injuries kind of messed his career up though, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, man. So, you got an early finals prediction? This is way too early finals prediction.
Celtics and the Timberwolves.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna just go Celtics Nuggets. That's what I think it's gonna be.
Celtics Nuggets.
Yeah, it's lame, but that's it's chalk. It's chalk, but I'm that's what I'm feeling right now. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. If you guys, by the way, because you guys know us, or if you guys, anyone with any comments, in the comment section, if you have like different lists you'd like us to do, throw it out there. I'm writing them down. I already wrote yours down, Avery. Avery, and Tyler, if you want to join us too, we'll have a couple different guys on when we do the draft.
Oh
That would
yeah,
be fun.
that would be fun. And join in on the live callers stuff too. You
Oh,
guys
we'll
can
we'll
join
get
in the
that
Zoom
going.
meeting, and you guys can have your voice be heard as well. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, just ask me for the info. I'll send it to you guys immediately. I like Tyler's last comment. This is a great comment to end on. Celtics versus Celtics. Dash Isaac. So he's saying that you're saying Celtics versus Celtics. I'd
That'd
agree.
be great
It's
too.
probably Celtics. Celtics always win. It's like the starting five versus the backups.
That'd be awesome. Hey,
That's the
just give us
All-Star
the chip.
game.
Just give us the chip now, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Send it over.
Yeah.
I'll
Hang a
take it.
banner for it. Yeah. I got you.
Everybody, just forfeit every time
Yeah.
when they play us in the series. Is play us. I don't see anybody beating the Celtics in a 7-game series.
Mm, maybe that'll be a topic for a different day.
All right,
I'd have to think about it more, but I do think the Celtics are the most like complete team right now. So we'll have to talk about that. Yeah.
sounds good.
Okay, man.
All
Well,
right,
thanks so much for joining me. Thanks everybody else. Thanks Tyler, Eric, Avery.
Avery.
Oh, yeah, thank you
Yeah,
guys for joining the conversation.
it's
This was
great.
actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
we got
was
a lot
fun.
of comments.
See, I
Yeah.
think maybe we should try 2 p.m., Ryan. Maybe that will get people to come in, and maybe it's too early that we're doing it.
I think you might be right. Yeah, maybe
You
2
know?
2 p.m. would be the time to do it.
Yeah, might have to
Yeah.
do it. Might have to do it at
Yeah.
2. Eh,
Yeah.
like I said, we're trying. It's the new year. We're trying new things, and it's new for us. We just started what 2 months ago,
Yeah.
consistently. So we're trying different times. Trying to work around my son's schedule. So he goes to bed around like 2 p.m. Takes a nap at 2. Hopefully, I could try to get him
Yeah.
at 2, then we could just start it up, because then that'd be great. Because I love the comments. I love the feedback. That's what we need.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. It's been fun. Okay, man. Thanks, Isaac.
All right.
Do you want to go ahead and plug our stuff? Tell people where they can find us?
Yep. You can follow us at the Boxscore Sports _ on YouTube, where you guys are chatting right now with Ryan. The Instagram, go follow us on our Instagram, Boxscore Sports _ and then our Twitter page, Boxscore Sports _ It's the same on all three, and even on TikTok too. It's the same thing as you guys see right here on the screen. I just got to add the TikTok logo and stuff in there, but I'll do that another time. But also you can follow me on Sorry Lemon on Twitch. Most of you guys have Sorry Lemon on Twitter if you guys just want to follow my Celtic rants and my Celtic stuff. I know you guys love to hear the Celtics all the time, Ryan, right? Yeah, you love
Yeah,
my
and I
Celtic
think he's
tweets.
still complaining about the in-season tournament too.
Yep,
So
yep. I'm always
I'm
complaining
just
about
kidding.
that.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, we'll be gaming. I'll be streaming at Sour Lemon if you guys want to check that out. Ryan usually plays with me. Eric plays with me. Avery, we're gonna play tonight. I might stream it tonight. So make sure you guys follow the Sour Lemon stuff too on Twitch.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Recording stopped.